Coach, how good was Marcus today?
He was good. I mean, he obviously, if Mark makes 6 threes, we'd be hard to deal with. But he needed to because there's a night where we missed a lot of shots that we normally make, I think, in tight, especially the first half. But he was great defensively this first half, and certainly I thought he did a great job on Brady for the most part the entire night. And when he guarded Christian, he did a good job on him. But offensively, he was probably the best offensive game he's had since he's been here.
He talked about just taking the shot that they were giving him, and you've been saying that a lot. But defensively, can you catch a zone defensively, like you can as a shooter, get in the hot zone?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. And he's that first half, he's pretty good defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that guys can get a rhythm on both ends, probably more so offensively, but defensively, he's in a pretty good rhythm right now.
Second half, did you sense that maybe Oklahoma was avoiding him a little bit when they were on the offensive end?
I didn't sense it, but it would be no surprise to me that people say when he catches the ball, be careful dribbling it, that kind of stuff. But I didn't sense that they played different.
Bill,
We couldn't guard the middle ball screen. That was what they kept playing too.
between the West Virginia game and today with Marcus, and just kind of following up on Matt's question, these steals come in flurries for him.
Yeah.
I mean, just possession after possession that changed the game.
Yeah. I in the first half, we're down 27-24 when he gets the first one. And Dot makes a layup off the first one, and then he gets his own layup off the second one. Isn't that right?
Yep.
So yeah, totally. The game was turned at that moment. Not that it was over, but momentum was turned at that moment. And the same thing happened at West Virginia. Down 3 or 5 or whatever, and it turns just like that in the second half. So.
How did you think Udoka played? It looked like he scored the ball a bit more better in the second half.
Yeah, he missed some easy ones. I don't know why he's hesitating as much as he is now, because in defensive OU, they're not that big, and so if you got Manning or Doolittle on you, you should go right up, and 52 is their best shot blocker, and he's light, so you should go through. But he hesitated too much in the first half. I think he's trying too hard. His host family was all here, and they don't get a chance to come watch him play much. I think he may have been pressed a little bit.
Coach over here on your line. Christian Doolittle had a tough game in Norman earlier, but the game he had today, can you just talk about Christian's game?
Yeah, he's the hardest guard for us in the league, I think, because the way we play when we're good is because Doak can help everybody, and Doak can't help everybody when he's in the game. So, and he's still going to get his. So we don't change how we play, and still yet. So Doak does help everybody, or at least does a weaker attempt at that, and then it gives him space. And he made shots today too, so he's good. I've always liked his game, but I think he's one of the most improved players around, without question.
Coach, they had mentioned earlier this week about how they have a competition for steals amongst each other. Do you feel that encouragement has kind of let them lead to better defensive efforts over the course of the season, especially now recently?
I don't think, the guys say a lot of things, and I'm not sure that has anything to do with anything, honestly. But I do think the better we do defensively, there creates more of a sense of pride to try to keep that going. And that didn't happen today, but I do think that we got some guys that are pretty prideful defensively, and I don't think that one thing causes it. I think they've kind of got it in them right now.
Bill, how do you think Marcus has progressed as far as mentally handling people sagging off him from last year to this year?
I think when you're playing limited minutes, I think those type of defenses can mess with your head more than if you're playing all the time. And Marcus is a guy, I really don't think the more he plays that he cares. I don't think it messes with him mentally if he doesn't shoot it, and I don't think it messes with him if he doesn't make it. I think that he's tough enough that that's just water off his back regardless right now.
When you guys are watching film of a previous game, how often does he stand out for things that aren't a steal or a stat?
Well, to the coaches, often.
Yeah.
The thing about it is Marcus is a coach, and he's far more of a coach than anybody that we've had in the last couple of years, without question. and he understands where, what everybody should do all the time. And when he doesn't understand, all you gotta do is look at him, and he just, he knows. And so, it's good, I think, to show players film of he and Doak more than anybody else on how they cover for everybody else. Doak is the best at covering bad defense, and that happens a lot. And people say we really guard. Well, no, he really guards and covers for a lot of guys' mistakes. So I think when we watch film, we try to point those little subtle things out to players to try to get them to understand there's a lot of things that go into making a winning play.
And Bill, for a long time, it seemed like Doak was pretty quiet for you guys for 3 years. What do you think about him showing his personality?
Oh, I like it. Yeah, he's a grown man. He's 20 years old now. So I do think you think about Doak. He visits here when he's 15, and he hasn't matured into his body. Like people look at Doak and they think big man, and it's big kid. And so when he's walking around campus here at age 16, he wasn't very worldly and all those things. And can you imagine a 14 or 15-year-old going to college and just being amongst college kids and that's all you have and no support? So I think that he was a little bit guarded, kind of kept himself away from conversation or confrontation, and he's grown into now he doesn't care, which is a great thing to see. He's really grown up a lot since he's been here.
Hey, Bill, I think I read the game notes. This is one of the best starts for KU in a conference season in a long time.
And still not good. And it's still not good enough.
Right, you're still chasing somebody. I'm wondering how that feels.
Oh, the thing about it, we want to win the league bad, and Baylor will want to win the league bad, and it won't be a failure if we don't, because there's obviously, there's other things to play for and everything. But, the best we could be right now is being the number 1 overall seed in the tournament. We're the number 2 at this joint. At this moment, that's the best that we could be. So I don't think we failed because we aren't that. And the reason we're not is because Baylor beat us on our home floor, and they deserve it. So I'm not looking at it like that we haven't done as well as our record because we're in second place. I'm looking at it like, you know what, we played pretty good. We just got beat by a team that was better than us that day, and we get a chance to get them back. And there's still a lot of work left to do. So I'm pretty pleased where we're at. Because you say before the season, would you sell out for being, what are we, 11-1?
12-1.
Are we 11 or 12? I don't know what we are. 11, so we shade, get it right. So if we're 11-1, every coach in America would sell out for that in conference play, I would think.
And you kind of referenced Udoka's maturity. Did that show up in the first half? Like shots weren't falling, but he was still engaged. It seemed like. And
yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I didn't think. I thought he had some good looks early, and for him, and didn't get him to go down. But yeah, he was engaged. He rebounded the ball the whole game, and you got to be engaged when you're guarding Christian, because if he wasn't, he would have got 35 instead of 27 or whatever it was.
Thanks, Coach.